When your avoidant ex breadcrumbs you, it is important to not take the bait. After discarding you, the avoidant, well, they may often want some more validation from you. You may have been in no contact, which is taking its effect. You're not chasing them. You're not pursuing them. You're not giving them the validation that you are still an available option for them. This can send them into a bit of a fear of loss. However, they're not fully reactivated. They still are catering to their avoidant fears of needing time and space, which really translates to sticking their head in the sand and self-soothing in the way that they know to, which is to avoid problems. So that's when they will start to breadcrumb you to get that validation, to make sure that you are still an available option for them. It could be in the form of watching your stories on social media, liking your posts, or even sending the occasional text message with something along the lines of, just been thinking about you, I miss you. And then when you take the bait and you tell them that you miss them too, they'll say something along the lines of, oh, I'm not ready yet for a relationship, but I just wanted you to know that I miss you. Boom. You gave them the validation. You told them essentially that you are still an available option for them. And now there's no pressure. There's no pressure on them at all. They don't have to work on themselves. They don't actually have to re-engage. They don't actually have to do the work and get back into the relationship with you because you're an available option that they can pick from whenever they so please. They got the validation, and now they can continue to do what they do, which is to avoid. Avoidants are very insecure people, very insecure, especially severe ones. They don't know how to internally validate themselves. They rely on external validation, meaning they need to be wanted in order to feel better about themselves. They need to be told from external sources that they're great, attractive, wanted, etc. That's how they feel good about themselves. That's what gives them the dopamine rush to make them feel better about themselves so they don't have to process painful internal emotions that they've been running from. It all comes back to childhood when the avoidant was likely emotionally neglected by their caretakers or parents. Fearful avoidants, who also have an anxious side, are notorious for breadcrumbing after a discard. They've broken up with you, you're in no contact, and every once in a while, they will send these little feelers out there to make sure that you're still an available option. And they'll do other things to keep that door open too. Holding on to your things, not sending your personal items back. They won't say things like, we'll never get back together. They want to keep the door open because having you as an option, well, it makes them feel safe. It makes them feel comfortable knowing that you could still be available for them as a romantic partner if they so choose. They'll just say, I'm not ready right now. I'm still going on my healing journey. Here's reality. Human beings, we learn behaviors by doing. In order to break a cycle, in order to learn something new and to heal old attachment wounds, it requires doing something different. Meaning, if you have a good partner, a good person that you pushed away, it means re-engaging with this person, not running away, communicating, working through fears. That is how the human mind reprograms itself, by the doing. Time and space only caters to avoidant fears. When it's a healthy partner, obviously if there's a toxic person, it's good to take time and space from this person. But if they pushed away a healthy partner, a person that actually loves them and cares about them, the way to heal those attachment wounds is to actually re-engage and work through it with this person, to not run away, do a different behavior, repeat the new behavior, because the human mind learns in repetition. The more you repeat a new behavior, the more automatic it becomes. There was actually a big study on this back in the 1970s that proved that a change in behavior results in a change in mood and emotions. When you repeat a new behavior, your internal feelings, your moods and emotions will actually follow suit. So if you start to behave more secure on the outside and consistently do so, you start to feel more secure on the inside too. So unfortunately, if you take the bait, if you give the avoidant that validation, if you tell them in some way, shape, or form that you are still waiting for them, that you are still an available option, just pining away for them, you're enabling them. You're allowing them to continue to string you along, which can go on for a very long time. You're giving them the validation, and you're removing any kind of pressure for them to return to the relationship. It doesn't mean that you have to ignore them or ghost them, because that's immature behavior. That's game playing. No contact does not mean ghosting. It does not mean ignoring. It just means that you're not the one initiating contact. Now, when they do reach out to you, it's important to not give them the validation in the sense that you're not sending them the message that you are just sitting there pining away for them, waiting, just waiting for their return, waiting for them to pick you out of the option bin and bring you back in as a romantic partner. Sending that message, unfortunately, just enables them further into their avoidance, because that's how they've learned to handle problems. Avoid them. So when you validate them, they get that external validation, they feel better about themselves, and now they don't really have to do any work because you're still available as an option for them. You deserve better than that. Never sell yourself short. You don't deserve to be someone's option. And breadcrumbing, well, when someone breadcrumbs you, they're just throwing out little bits of breadcrumbs to see if you take that bait. And when you do, you're giving them validation. Nobody breadcrumbs a person that is a priority to them. That is treating you as if you're an option. Throwing out the breadcrumbs is treating you as if you are an option. You are not an option. Don't allow yourself to be treated like an option. Know your worth.